Assalamualaikum semua. My name is Via and welcome to my channel. Today is a book review. A very good one in my opinion. So there's a lot I feel for this. Like my feelings right now is a little jumbled because the last two chapters, I was able to finish the last two chapters last night. And it's just my heart can't take it. The sheer fact that these characters who I love get such a tragic ending. Like their relationship has just started and then all of a sudden they have to hey, we can't be together because our souls literally can't handle being in another world. Which my heart. Oh yeah, spoilers ahead. I'm gonna be ranting a lot about future book stuff. So you know what? I'll just put in the title. That way you can know that there's gonna be spoilers. Um, but yeah, a hard. I'm going through heartbreak right now with this, and I'll be going on to the Six of Crows duology once I go home to my mom. And can't think of what else to say. I suppose I can bring up what I like about the books. Uh, I really enjoy the demon's idea, the idea of talking spirit animals who are always with you, or just like something that's always with you from the moment you're born. There's two versions of that. You have the one that accompanies you through life, and then the one who accompanies you through death. Death is literally a living being. I had this idea actually of grim reapers that follow you around, but and you just can't see them unless you're literally going near death's door. So to see that idea be put into a book I like is nice, and the way that Philip shows the idea of it, where death doesn't want to scare you. He's actually quite a nice dude and prefers to okay, I'll just watch you from behind and I'll make sure you don't see me to not scare you, which is so sweet. I also like the Galivespians. Galivespians. How in the world do authors make new words just for this? I have no idea. Um, but yeah, I like the Galivespians for, well, it makes a really good idea of how different lifespans can be. For a dog who lives on average at least around 10 or so years, around that, 10 and up, that's their average. And to you, that's not even a full lifetime with them. So it's feels so short to be with that canine companion. But for the dogs and the cats and the pets, it's the entire life they've spent with you, especially if it's puppy. So it really tugs in my heartstrings to know that a Galivespian's lifespan is not that long. Another thing that I enjoyed was the exploration on how Asriel and Marissa view their daughter Lyra. Because their daughter, she's seen the worst of them. Her father can be a little bit extreme in the sense that he kills a child for the greater good. In a sense, he did do it for the greater good, but did he have to kill a kid? He could have tried to find a different way. What if the church people actually managed to just send Lyra to him for his experiment? That would have been gut wrenching because then he would have to kill his own child. I mean, he went pale from the first book when he thought he had to use Lyra. So if that actually happened, it really puts a moral dilemma. Because on the one hand, Asriel, as much as he's terrible at showing it, he does deep down care for her. Like really, really deep down, he does care for her. He's just not really good at showing that softer side. Uh, and from what I understand, he might not. I've read it from Reddit. I read this post from Reddit, and apparently he used to be like very, very affectionate and used to fawn over his daughter when she was a baby. But when he lost everything, that all that affection suddenly just disappeared. I don't think that's the case. I think it just he knew if he showed too much interest in his quote unquote niece, it would draw the eyes of everyone to her and it would put her in more danger. I mean, she's Asriel's daughter, Lord Asriel's daughter, who was an explorer and scientist, and he was a big deal in that world. So she would have been in a lot of trouble she if he was close with her. So I get where he was coming from. Marissa, when I read that she actually started caring for her daughter, that love, the maternal love, just crept up on her and just like wrapped so tightly around her. It was shocking because all I've seen from her was that she was manipulative and does not exactly treat her daughter well since she was physically abusive and toxic. But I get where she comes from. Like I don't think she had the best life. That's what it said in the TV show. Like she apparently was abused and stuff. So if that was the case, then I get why she was toxic. Hmm. But that doesn't excuse her deeds. It's understandable. I get where she's coming from, but it doesn't excuse what she did to Lyra. And the fact that she was like, oh, that girl caused me nothing but trouble, get rid of her. Like, hey, you brought the kid to life. You might as well be a part of it. You might as well take responsibility. But apparently, no. It's like money, 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 power, 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 comfort, comfort, comfort. Ugh. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Totally recommend this. The world building is fantastic. The ideas are fantastic. The writing, everything. Um, I suppose the romance between Will and Lyra was a bit rushed. I wish it didn't rush it because I couldn't tell when they started feeling for each other. It felt more like, oh, it's a bit rushed towards the end that they started having feelings for one another. Hang on, let me look for the chapter where they started showing the romance. I suppose technically it wasn't that rushed, but come on, just like it starts around I think around 20 or 21. No, like 22 I started seeing the signs when Roger mentioned it. But other than that, I don't see any other signs that they started feeling for each other. Like not Will didn't show it and Lyra didn't show it in their thoughts. Like you would think that we would notice, but no, apparently it's either I'm terrible at noticing these types of things or it was just not that easy to catch on. I don't know. I just couldn't. It felt rushed to me that the relationship suddenly like, oh, they are so in love. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense in the sense that it's puppy love. So, and they were kind of in the honeymoon phase in the like second, the third and second last chapters. They were kind of like in their honeymoon phase. Then I get it, but otherwise, nah, nah. But yeah, 10 out of 10, recommend. I'll be starting the Six of Crows duology. I'm not sure if I said that earlier. I can't remember. I took two, three takes of this, so I might have mentioned it earlier. I might have not. Um, But yeah, I'll be reading the Six of Crows duology. There's a lot of pages in that one. It's thicker than this. I know that much. So it will take me some time. Uh, but after that, I'll be starting Brandon Sanderson's The Emperor's Soul. I hear it's a really good, specifically the idea of like renaming the history of something. I don't know the full aspect of the world building, but I do know it has something to do with renaming history and make changing it from like an old object into a new one. So that sounds interesting. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. This is my first ever review video, technically. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. You know the whole shebang. I'll see you next time.